This should not come as a surprise to anyone. Fans are unhappy with the art direction of My Adventures with Superman. They are slamming the quote-unquote Sailor Moon Superman, Magical Girl Superman, the Bishonen Deathstroke, and the race-swapped Livewire. People had already kind of put this show to the task when it was first announced, when they clearly had Jimmy Olsen race-swapped, as they've done in numerous iterations now. But we got some more stuff to be pissed at, and I think rightfully so. I mean, this is what they kind of do now. This is their modus operandi. Basically, just change everything about all of these characters and make them almost unrecognizable. I mean, Deathstroke here is completely unrecognizable. You would not know that it's Deathstroke when we look at him, and I don't think we would recognize Livewire either. And then Superman getting like a Sailor Moon transformation is just kind of weird. But these are the people behind it. So again, not a surprise. The people behind it are the people that made She-Ra and the Princess of Power over at Netflix. An absolute disaster. Why the people at Warner Brothers Animation thought hiring people that had already failed was a good idea, who knows? But as we see in Hollywood time and time and time again, they constantly hire people that have absolutely failed, because at the end of the day, I don't think they really care about creating good content or actually trying to get subscribers as much as they say they do. A lot of these people, at the end of the day, are about pushing a absolutely horrible, sick, disgusting message, and they hire people that want to do the same thing, and that's why you see them get hired over and over again. But as you can see here, the show is created by Miss Marvel, Volume 3 artist Jake Wyatt, co-produced by Netflix's She-Ra and the Princess of Power writer Josie Campbell, and storyboard artist Brendan Clore. The Studio Mirror animated series follows the early days of Clark Kent's life in Metropolis as he attempts to balance his secret identity with his developing career as an investigative reporter alongside Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen. You can see there's Lois Lane, there's Jimmy Olsen, obviously race-swapped. I remember talking about Lois Lane, and she's kind of getting the pixie cut already, not really looking like Lois Lane either. I think if you didn't know that was Lois Lane, it would be hard to know that that's who it was, except for the fact that she's kind of like besides Superman, but even then it could have been maybe someone else like Lana Lang. It's very hard to tell. Not very distinctive character there, that's Lois Lane. But then here we go. We get this this transformation. Let's take a look at this. This is over here at IGN. We're going to play this a little bit so you can kind of just see what it looks like here. With the Sailor Moon and it froze. Okay. Oh, there we go. Sailor Moon and the Superman come right beside each other. Very, very, very similar. And then obviously his mom's like commenting on his suit there.
Recognize me?
But I don't know. It doesn't get any more Sailor Moon than that, right? I don't know why you would have Superman being Sailor Moon. I just think that's like very odd. You'd rather have Superman maybe doing something more like a Goku transformation or something like that rather than Sailor Moon. But that's just, I think, part of their whole idea. They want to feminize Superman, and I think that's what they're aiming to do there with that transformation sequence there. And then so we got some people who are upset about what's going on here. This guy, Austin Graham, on Twitter says, every time there's some kind of transformation sequence in American animation nowadays, it has to be some kind of Sailor Moon reference. It just has to be. Why can't we be original like Ben 10? Dies from cringe. Yep, I think that's pretty accurate. Then we get this Lightning KF says, the same people who worked on Netflix She-Ra are giving us yet another crappy Sailor Moon ripoff with possibly more ships and representation up the butt. What a shocker! Like I said, surprise, surprise. It's not a surprise at all. This is the modus operandi. This is what we have come to expect from these absolutely terrible companies now. Jed Revenwolf says, bloody really, DC, why can't you just do Superman the proper bloody way? Truth, justice, and the American way. He's not bloody Sailor Moon, you bunch of wankers. Yes, Jed Revenwolf. 100% agree. So then here we go. Like, who is this character? Who is this? This is supposed to be Slade Wilson. This is supposed to be Deathstroke. They've turned him, like, absolutely, I have no idea who this is. He looks more like Nightwing with the nightsticks rather than Deathstroke. I mean, geez, ridiculous. They turned him into a Bishonen, a Japanese slang term meaning a pretty boy, normally used in reference to characters whose looks are meant to appeal to more female interests. Again, feminization of these characters. That's what they're going with here. But doesn't look anything like Deathstroke. He's not even wearing the Deathstroke mask or anything. Like, how you don't even know who this guy is? Come on, this is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. He doesn't even have the same color scheme. He barely has like orange and black going on here, and that doesn't even look orange. It's like some kind of like brick color. Just awful design there. Awful design. Dragon Slay 3R94 says, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. I hate this so effing much. I cannot even put my loathing into more words. Deathstroke is an effing menace, not some yaoi bait looking dude for Tumblr women to drool over. Can't agree more than that. Like, pretty accurate there. Then we got Crimson 15 Podcast says, why do all men look like twinks and all the women look like young boys? If you didn't tell me beforehand who these characters were, I would have no idea. 100% accurate. 100% accurate. Wouldn't have no idea. That's bad when you're adapting something. It truly is. But, like, look at this. Like, it's feminization of these characters, too. It's just bizarre. It's not bizarre. I mean, we know what they're doing, but it's really sick that they're doing this. We got another guy here who says, Deathstroke is supposed to be a terrifying and intimidating assassin, not some twink that you'd find at Starbucks. Yeah, 100% agree with that. And then here we have, for some fans, we're livid over the changes My Adventures with Superman has made to the villainous Leslie Willis, better known by her alter ego of Livewire. First introduced to the DC canon in the eponymous Season 2 episode of Superman the Animated Series, the electrifying femme fatale was originally portrayed as a petite white woman who worked as a local metropolis shock jock, but in DC's latest animated endeavor, the chaotic music aficionado has received both a race swap and a new, more masculine bent to both her appearance and personality. When I first saw this, I thought it was a man. I thought they had gender swapped her from girl to man, but I guess they just made her butch looking here, gave her a haircut. I mean, I can't tell. That again, looks like a boy. I don't think that looks like a girl to me. Maybe I guess with the eyes there, you can kind of tell that that's a girl. But this is what she's supposed to look like. This is how her original design was. We got Douglas Lockwow 18 here saying, Livewire should be a former goth-looking disc jockey shock jock who later looks like this. That abomination that picture above is 100% not Livewire. Livewire is white, who later is ghost white with blue hair after the accident. Stop race swapping classic characters. Yeah, so they race swapped the character as well there too, and then they gave her this weird like lobotomy cut. She's got like a double lobotomy cut because they shaved both their sides, and then like it's like the mushroom cut almost. But I double lobotomy cut. I'm gonna go with that. Then we got Insane Edwards saying Livewire was not black for F's sake. She was a white goth girl that got struck by lightning and neon chemicals that mutated her into her iconic blue skin, blue eyes, and white thunder-like haircut. This is just making my blood boil at levels that I never expected to reach. My blood isn't boiling because this is what I expect. This is what these people do. They race swap. They feminize. Like, this is the modus operandi. They do this for everything they've been doing in the comics for years. We're now seeing it in live action, and now they're doing it in the animated stuff, specifically mainly targeted towards kids. I think this one is an Adult Swim show, so maybe not specifically towards kids, but definitely trying to influence people with this stuff. We got Bed Lamb City Limit saying that looks like a bloke. Okay, I'm not the only one. We got Bethlehem City here saying looks like a guy too. That's what I thought. And Livewire is a woman. I bet they made her non-binary. I would not be surprised. Again, modus operandi. That's what they do. Her costume is also iconic with some minor changes between artists, and this new one just looks too generic. Yeah, you have like a really good costume. Why would you get rid of it? Like, what are these people doing? This is the issue. These people think they can do it better, and then they can't when they do something, and it sucks. So that you have that too. You have kind of this pride, this hubris that they think they can do things better, and they can't. But it's because they're blinded by this ideology that they're trying to inject on people. But absolutely terrible character designs. If you intend to look at this and put yourself through pain and suffering for no good reason, I guess the show airs on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. on Cartoon Network. But absolutely terrible. These people should be ashamed of themselves, and I don't recommend that you go and watch the show. And I would never have even. I was recommending against the show when they race swapped Jimmy Olsen again. So that opinion shouldn't surprise anyone. But I would stay away from the show as far as you can.